Hey guys, and welcome back to World War II Solitaire board game channel. We're going to be playing another session of Maquis today, and we are continuing now that we have completed all the 0-star missions. We're starting with the 1-star missions. So the missions we're going to be playing today is Underground Newspaper. As you can see here on the mission card, our mission is to deliver 2 intel to this location on 3 separate days. So effectively this is going to be a mission that's going to take, for 1 pawn, it's going to take a total of 9 turns. 6 turns to gather all the intelligence or intel and 3 turns to deliver it. So it's not very hard getting the intel, but it's just very time consuming getting all the intel and then delivering them to that location. The second mission we have is the double agent mission, and basically we need to visit a lot of locations. We need to visit every location here on the west side of the river except the fence and the spare room. And once we have done that, we need to draw a patrol card, and the first location is going to be the location of the Dark Lady, which is a double agent, and we need to visit that location and remove one of our workers from the game. Basically we're taking out that nasty double agent. So those are the 2 missions for this session. You'll also notice that I have some extra cubes here. I have 9 black cubes, and that is for actually tracking the patrol cards, which I find makes this game a lot more enjoyable, and of course it's a lot more easy. But since I'm a player who plays maybe perhaps every week, I play something between 5 to 10 different games, and I don't know how many games I play in a month, but maybe 15-20 games, different games. So if I was just playing Maquis for several weeks, then perhaps I would skip using those tokens, track the patrol cards with the patrol card summary, because then maybe perhaps I could work out the memory of all the patrol cards. But since I don't have that focus on just this game, I choose to play it like that. Okay, anyway, so enough of me talking. Let's get this game going. So I've already worked up a strategy, and my strategy for this game is going to be, the first thing I'm going to do is unlock the spare room here, a safe house. Buy a safe house for that, because that way I can get intel from Radio A without having to risk getting caught. Otherwise, Radio A can be quite a dangerous place to visit. It's a big chance or a big risk to be caught by some of the militia. So we're gonna have to visit the radio to start with to get some cash, and we're gonna make our way there. So we'll start by placing one of our workers at the grocer. First patrol card would go to the grocer. It goes to the second place, which is the port district. And then I simply take 1 cube and put on the grocer, with the port district as the next location. Excuse me. And my next guy goes to the black market, and then we have the next patrol card, which goes to the fence, and then Pont de Nord. And then my last worker is going to Radio B, and they're going to ask for some money to be dropped on the field. But we have a last patrol, grocer, Pont de Nord. And again, we go ahead and put a token there. So that's the end of it. This guy gets me 1 food token. This guy doesn't do anything for me. And this guy gets some cash on that field. These guys head home, and we advance the track. Okay, so we're gonna just do the same thing again. I can see here that we have 2 cards for Radio B, And we don't really have any cards left for the grocer. There could be the black market, of course. But I think, yeah, that's the problem. We have one card here. And if I place a worker at radio B, that card, the militia is going to spawn at the grocer. And if the grocer is occupied, he's going to spawn at the black market. So that's a problem. But I'm going to take the chance. So I'll start at radio B. And we have a patrol going to Pont l'Evêque. Let's see. And we'll put a marker on that card. So the question now is, do I want to go to the grocer or the black market? I think so the problem now is, if I would put one of my worker at the black market and I get a militia at the grocer, then both of these guys are done for. So I'll wait it out to see what happens, I think. And I'll put one at the grocer. And that just happened, which I kind of anticipated would happen. The patrol would spawn at radio B, which is occupied. Otherwise it will go to the grocer, which is also occupied. And the last place is the marker, the black market. And unfortunately that's going to be a problem for me, because that's going to trap this guy. Okay, so that's a little bit sad. I'm gonna go ahead and then go directly to the cafe and get a new worker. And that's gonna be the end of it. Okay, so at the cafe, oh, we have one more patrol. And I did forget to put out the token. Radio B, grocer, black market, there we go. And then we have one more patrol, radio A. Let's see, there we go. And that's the that's the end of it. So this worker gets a new resistance worker, recruits one for a food token. This guy gives me a new food token, and unfortunately this guy is caught. He can't escape, and I don't have a pistol, so unfortunately I lose my first worker. And we advance the turn track. Okay, so let's see, we have radio A and Point l'Evêque, fence, radio B. I think this time it should be rather safe to go for the radios. So the first one goes to radio B. Then we have Pont l'Evêque. Let's see what cards we have remaining. We have 3 cards remaining. Radio B, radio A, defense. So actually I think radio A could be quite safe. The problem is, if I draw the third card, which says radio A, and I am there, he will spawn at Pont l'Evêque, which is occupied, and then he will go to the black market, and then again I lose one pawn. So actually I'm gonna stay away from that. Whoops. Place the black token instead. So I'm gonna stay away from that. I am instead gonna go ahead and go to see, I think I might want to go to the grocer. And then we have the fence. So 2 cards remaining on the patrol deck. My guy here is going to go ahead and pick up the money at the field. We have one more patrol card, radio B. So he goes to, which is occupied, so he goes to Rue Bardet. And that means we now know that the last card is going to be radio A, second spawn at Point l'Evêque. Anyway, we don't take any casualties this time. We gather money from the field. we get a food token from the grocer. The Radio B calls in some cash to be dropped on the field and returns safely. And these guys return to base. We increase the time tracking token, and because we enter a orange day, we lose 1 morale. Okay, so we're still kind of far away from our mission. We have wasted 3 days. We need that last piece of money there. I'm going to go ahead and move one of my workers to the spare room because I'm going to buy the safe house. Actually, I am going to go ahead and move him to Radio A instead. Since we have the last card is Radio A and the second spawn point is Point Levesque, so he's going to go there. But that doesn't matter because I'm going to have a spare room here. So we draw the patrol card and it's Radio A, like I said, and second spawn point, Point Levesque. And our second guy goes to the field to pick up money. And we go ahead and shuffle our patrol cards. There we go, and we reset all of these markers. Okay, so second or first card, we have the fence. Second is Rue Barada. See if I can find it. There we go. So my last worker is going to the spare room, and he's gonna of course buy the safe house. And the last enemy goes to the grocer. Grocer Ponte Nord. Okay, so what happens now is this guy collects the money from the field. This guy goes ahead and buys the safe house for the spare room. And this guy at Radio A calls in... Sorry, he doesn't call in anything. He collects intel. He also visits one of the locations that we have for the double agent card. Visit all locations on the west side of the river, except the fence and spare room. Once completed, turn over the top patrol card. Location number 1 is the location of the Dark Lady. Visit that location again to complete the mission. Remove 1 worker permanently from the game. So we have now visited 1 out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 locations that we need to visit to find enough information to find the location of our double agent, the Dark Lady. And he returns safely to the safe house. And these guys go back home. And we advance the mission timer. So let's see. I would like to go to Radio B as well. I guess I'm gonna keep my cool. I'll go to Radio A first because that's an opportunity I don't want to miss. It's so, I mean, I can't die there. I can't almost not be captured unless it's one of the scenarios where every location is occupied. And we have Point Levesque. There we go. One of my guys is gonna go to the doctor. And we have Radio B. And my last guy is going to go ahead and go to the poor district because I want to get 1+ morale. I'm just going to look so I don't make a mistake here. Nothing that I can see very obviously, so I should be fine. So last patrol goes to Radio A, which is occupied, so instead he goes to Rue Bardin. There we go. And that's the end of that turn. Ooh, look at that guy. He could have actually been caught here, but he makes it back through the black market over to this location. Anyway, this guy collects 1 intel. And then this guy collects one health kit, one first aid kit, or medicine, whatever it is. And then this guy in Port District, he delivers one first aid kit and the food token to the Port District, and we gain 1 morale. And then he retreats to the safe house this way. So we're good. And then these fellas head back to base, and we increase our time counter. So I have 2 intel now. Also, this money should have been paid for the safe house. I just forgot to return it to the stock. All right, so let's see. We could start delivering some intel. We should also mark up the Port District and the doctor. Remember, we need to visit all the locations here except the fence and the safe house to gather enough information to find this double agent. So we have Radio B. Radio A is going to be occupied definitely, so we're going to start by occupying Radio A. Grocer. Hey, Grocer. Port District. Oh, so we have a fence card. This is easily, you can easily get trapped over here. And we have at least one card here which has the fence. I was thinking about delivering that information, but I guess that could be quite dangerous for this turn. Let's see, perhaps I could go to Radio B to get some more intel. Oops, this guy should, oh, he should be there. So I can't retreat that way. I can only go this way. I should be able to make it. Well, I'll put one of my guys first at, I guess I'll put him at the fence, since the fence is the only place I don't need to visit. Okay, so I go to Ponte Nord. And then we have the fence. It's a good thing I did not deliver that intel. So we have Radio A, Radio B, Radio A. Let's see what happens if I would go to Radio B. That wouldn't be good. I would be trapped because we can see Radio B here. Sorry, Radio A. If that's occupied, they would spawn here. So I would be trapped there. Okay, so I will go to Point Levesque instead. I need to visit that location anyway. And the last one is Radio B. There we go. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm good. We have gathered information here, intel. We have visited Point Levesque. And we have visited Pont du Nord. So we only need to visit one more location, Rue Bardin here, to to find out the information of the double agent. And these guys go back home. And we increase this. And decrease our morale. But we're still only at 3 of these militia members, so it's alright. Okay, so we have Radio A, Radio A. So I'm definitely gonna go to Radio A first. And Radio A, Point Levesque. And next guy is gonna go ahead and see. Is it safe to go to the fence? Is the question. Radio A, he's not going to spawn there, he's going to spawn instead in Rue Bardin. So nope, I cannot head to the fence. That would kill me. But I can spawn one guy there and deliver him to the grocer instead. Okay, so the next one is Point Levesque, Black Market. So we now know that the last card is going to be Radio A, which is occupied. Oh, okay, I should have drawn the last card. Did I draw the last card? What happened there? I gotta check my recording. Yes, I just had to check my recording to find out what I actually did, and this happens occasionally. I must have just forgotten to put out one of these cubes during one of the patrol movement turns, and that happens occasionally. You can get a little bit confused by that. Man, I'm messing all up with my resources here. Anyway, let's reshuffle. And see where the last guy goes. He goes to the grocer. There we go. Grocer, Pont Nord. There we go. Okay, so or actually I have one guy left there I didn't place out. Okay, so that we'll do this. We'll take him back and we'll reshuffle this again. And let's see what I want to do with him. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and deliver the intel and hope that I don't draw a fence card now. Grocer again. Okay, that's very lucky. Let's see, Grocer, Pont Nord. Okay, so Radio A, he gathers intel. This guy visits the last location required for the double agent mission, and that also means we will flip the top patrol card and look at the first location, which is going to be the location of the double agent. It's the fence, so we're going to go ahead and we'll put two blocks like that to remember that we have to go to the fence to take out the double agent. And then we have this guy up here who manages to successfully deliver 2 intel. We put that back here in the resource store, and we just put a token there indicating we have managed to deliver 2 intel. Okay, so these guys go back. Alright, so I feel like perhaps I should get some food and some medicine. I want to bring up the morale so I don't get 4 patrol militia, and feel like I'm doing pretty good here. Anyway, I need more intel, so my first guy is spawning at the radio, and first of all we're gonna put out the marker for that fence. And then the next patrol card, Point Levesque. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go to the grocer. Pont Levesque again. Next one is Pont Nord. And my last guy is gonna go ahead and go to the doctor. Fence. There we go. Okay, so my guy here at Radio A gets me a piece of intel and makes it home safe. The guy at the grocer gets me some food, and the guy at the doctor gets me some medicine. And these guys don't catch anyone. And we advance the turn track once more. Okay, so let's see. We need one more piece of intel. Okay, so I'm gonna spawn go with one guy to the fence, and we have Radio B. And let's see. Then I'm gonna go ahead and deliver intel with one resistance worker. We have Radio B, and next is Grocer. Alright, so with our last fella here, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the cafe and recruit the last resistance fighter. Radio A. Okay, I think we're good. Let's see, at the cafe we recruit one resistance worker for 1 piece of food. Then at this place we deliver 2 pieces of intel successfully. And we make it back to the safe house. And then in this place we find the double agent. We take her out, and that also means remove 1 worker permanently from the game. So this is the double agent here we've taken out. And that's the end of it. These guys go back. Alright, so I think we're doing pretty good here. We'll increase the turn track here. I am going to go ahead and go to Radio A. Grocer. And next guy is going to go to the underground newspaper. Radio A, Point Levesque. And I think again I must have forgotten to mark out one of these cards. Because I have all 10 cards, but like I said, that happens occasionally. You get really into the game and you just forget to mark up these patrol cards. So that happens occasionally. With my last fella, I'm going to go to the Poor District. And we are going to go ahead and reshuffle our patrol deck. I highly advise you, if you get this game, to sleeve your patrol cards, because they're black, as you can see, mostly black, and they are easily damaged a little bit, and then you can see quickly make up, because there's just 10 of them. You can quickly learn, okay, what is that card. Last patrol is going to the grocer. Nope. Because it's occupied. Poor District. No, it's occupied. Doctor. Yes. Unoccupied. Okay. So what happens now is my guy here at the Port District, he delivers food and medicine to the people, which gains us 1 morale. However, he has no safe way home. He's blocked here, and he's also blocked here. So he cannot make it back to a safe location, so he's busted. And then we have this guy at Radio A. He manages to get us some intel, and he makes it back to the safe house. And then we have this guy here at the underground newspaper. Get the word out and counter the propaganda of the occupation. Yes, sir, that's what we're going to do. We spend 2 intel, and we have successfully delivered that. And this guy, the same goes for him. He can't make it back safe, so he's busted on his way back. So that means we barely just made it. This guy here is alive in the safe house, and we have successfully completed the underground newspaper mission and the double agent mission. We have gotten the word out and countered the propaganda of the occupation, and we have unearthed the double agent known only as the Dark Lady. Really fun game as always. I really like this game, and again I advise you to use these tracks. It was kind of funny actually, because I started using these counters quite quickly as I found the patrol card summary, and I was losing quite frequently actually on the 1-star missions, and I didn't find it fun. It just felt too random, and I realized that, yeah, I mean, I can learn all of these cards. I can sit for a few hours and learn them, but why should I use my time doing that when I have these cubes and I have this patrol card summary? And quite ironic, because just a few days ago, after I started doing that, someone created a post on Boardgame Geek forum where they asked, so do you keep track of the patrol cards? And there were a few different answers, but the designer himself answered that, well, it's not, I mean, you can do it because that's why we included the patrol card summary, and he personally only tracked patrol cards if he played with the higher level missions. If he played 1-star missions, he wouldn't do it. But I mean, that's like I say, he will most likely know the patrol cards in his head, in memory, quite good, since he's the designer of the game. And like I said, for example, if I play a heavy war game, for example, I might be playing Island of the Damned, which is a good example. The mission where you're going on, I believe it's Peleliu. Yes, it's Peleliu. So that mission when you go on the Peleliu and you're hunting out all of the remaining Japanese defenders, you never know what you're going to get, because you know, they're all hidden. You might get a machine gun nest, a sniper, normal infantry, whatever. And I track the remaining ones. It's not even included in the game. I counted them. We have 5 snipers, 7 machine guns, so on. I printed it on a paper, and then I just track it myself, putting the dead ones on the tracker, and then I can easily calculate, okay, so the chances here of having a sniper is 0 because all of them are KIA. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into more depth about tracking, but I enjoy it. You might not do it any way you want, and that is the lovely thing about solitaire gaming, that you can do it any way you want. You can use any house rules you want, because the only one you have to respect is yourself when playing these kind of games. Well guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. I'll be very happy if you would subscribe to my channel, give this video a comment, and so on. See you next time. Stay safe.